This is Councilwoman Baskin representing the beautiful city of Miami Gardens. I'm so happy to introduce to you all the Save the Arts Initiative launching Broadway in the Gardens on February 21st. And what better month to do that than Black History Month? Today, I am so happy to have with me here Mr. Marlon POW Ferdinand. Mr. Marlon, how are you today?
I'm doing outstanding.
Awesome, awesome. So you have a very interesting stage name, Mr. Marlon POW. Tell me a little bit about what POW stands for.
The POW, it bursted out of my affiliation of 30 years military as
Okay.
power of words.
Okay.
We also know that POW typically stands for prisoner of war, but in this case, it's a nuance from my 30 years of serving the military and
Nice.
being on stage even with the military.
Power of words. And because you are a spoken word artist, right?
That's right.
And so did you start doing spoken word in the military?
Well, you can say that I'm more like a rapper who couldn't find reliable beats. Getting off the spoken word and getting those things that's followed me as I entered the military at a young age. Sometimes they say, Ferdinand, get up there, and I get on the stage, try to leave it behind me, and then I win. So it was something that there's not as much as I faced.
Exactly. And we know we cannot run away from our gifts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My parents taught me that as a kid. Like sometimes I wanted to dance and sometimes I wanted to play the piano. And I would be a little agitated when I couldn't do both at the same time. So they found the means to make sure that I was able to do that because they saw even at 7 and 8 years old how unhappy I was if I couldn't go to piano lessons. And if I was only going to dance, just trying to find that balance between the two. So you're right, you can't run from that talent. So we have Broadway in the Gardens coming up. We had conversations with the singer, Angel Refusé, who was a young opera soloist, who will be providing some songs for us at Broadway in the Gardens. And we also had Peter London, who his performers are providing the dances for us. But I'm so happy to include your form of art, which is spoken word. So tell us a little bit about what we can look forward to for Broadway in the Gardens from you.
For Broadway in the Gardens, I'm going to represent for the children. Certainly, we have just Black History Month, obviously.
Absolutely.
Black History. But thirdly, I'm affiliated with Miami Gardens in many ways.
Yes.
I went to Miami Northern, so I was in the Sultan City. I've also been, this year will be year 20 as a firefighter with Miami-Dade Fire Rescue.
Wow.
And I've spent a good percentage of my career at Station 11 right there in Miami Gardens. So I am connected by many ways, family, friends, even as I work calls. I'm reminded of all the friends and people I've connected. Hey, you spoke at my church. Hey,
Yeah.
you did my uncle's funeral, whatever it was. So it's home. It was fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting you mentioned that because yesterday I was at an event and a young lady walked up to me and she's like, "Oh, you have this show coming up, Broadway in the Gardens." And I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "My friend Marlon is performing. I'm coming." I'm like, "How do you know Marlon?" So yes, the community does know you very well, and they are so excited to see what you're going to deliver on that day. So I'm not sure if you heard about the $32 million budget cut to the performing arts industry, but can you imagine what that would be like for someone, even if you got into spoken word at an older age, like later in life? I'm pretty sure as a teenager and as a kid, you had some experiences, whether it was singing, whether it was dancing in school. Can you imagine what that experience will be like for kids these days without having those opportunities?
Absolutely. Because my creativity did start before spoken word. Well, I played a little steel band from Trinidad.
So,
I played the drum set, sang in church. So I would be a backup singer. My brother played the piano. So I decided which one to grab it more.
right.
But I couldn't imagine these things. Even when you first came in, you would just say this, I was convinced in front of them. Then the back of schools.
Yeah.
Then I know that if it wasn't for the chorus, band, theater, even the sports, these programs that were given.
Yeah.
I remember my friends, and it's going to be free when I go to prison. It's still from the escape, and I'm thankful for that. And there's something about when the left brain loves it. It's the creativity of the right brain. There's If you was a catechismic
Yeah,
that is new, and I think that is part of, if you will, I just feel like, when these two things come together, you feel it's more powerful you want to ability to create.
yeah,
It's about birthright.
absolutely,
Yes, it would be catastrophic on many levels
absolutely.
for the arts.
I totally agree with that. And that's all about all a part of the Black experience for us, right?
Yes.
And that's what you will see from Broadway in the Gardens. A display of the Black experience from slavery up until coming over to the Caribbean, to the United States of America, the sorrows, the triumphs, the pain, the resiliency of the African American culture. So I'm so excited to have Mr. Marlon, POW, Ferdinand. So, Mr. Marlon, can you tell me why we should save the arts? You kind of hit on it a little bit, but a little bit more specifically of why we should save the arts, especially in regards to our youth, the upcoming generation.
These generations, we're not designed as a one trick pony or one kind of, the sun is brought out by the creativity of these arts.
Yeah.
And it's only this exposure in most cases, only through exposure would you even know is wow.
Say that on.
Like certainly with me. Like I said, my first stages were the high school highways at Marlon. But it wasn't until some of the opportunities were, wow, look at how they did make an impact. I remember grabbing a microphone in Afghanistan, being deployed there, and getting the opportunity to perform for a general and so many other people. And it's like, wow, who would have thought? On my side, and with all around the building, I'm here, and poetry, and really bring this creative art to purpose beyond.
And I'm sure in that time, in that element, it brought a lot of peace to what was going on with you all.
It absolutely did. It was sitting bigger than me. I wouldn't be able to show that environment and that opportunity like it had. We went on to create a Captain Ferdinand's Corner.
Wow.
To uplift, it was for the, they call it a mindful for the heart for the PTSD, and so they had a Captain Ferdinand's Corner where they played my CD, and they also interviewed and played songs from and poetry that was on the base to uplift the humanity and the vibes of people coming back to losing their friends. And so it was heavy.
Awesome. I know the very first time that I heard you perform, I was just captivated. Like, who is this guy? How did you learn to do that? And you're also very talented to the point where you can perform a piece just off the rip. Like, you're in your element, something is going on, and you can get up and just run with it. To me, that is true talent. But you are also what I like to refer to as a wordsmith. Your play on the words and your vocabulary. I'm an educator, so I pay attention to how people use words and their grammar and just the play on words that you have. That to me is very captivating. So that's why I thought you would be the perfect fit for Broadway in the Gardens, because I wanted to make sure that all of the artists that we chose did a great job in showing and displaying that there are many different levels to art. Right? It's not just R&B, it's not just hip hop, it's not just jazz. We have spoken word artists. In education, believe it or not, our children are losing the exposure and the experience as well with vocabulary words. Right? In our culture, if the kids don't have the experience and they don't have the exposure with these different words at home, you find very few children who take it upon themselves to look into the dictionary. Inside of it, and I used to always tell my students, you say good all the time. You say happy all the time. Try to find another word. And that's what I would do with them every day. Find a new word to use. And so to have you there to display your form of art and for the children, because this experience, this show is for all ages, children, middle age, or seniors. It's for everybody. So for them to hear you use your words that you use and your creativity and how you display that, it's going to be the perfect addition to our show. And a little secret, Marlon is also the MC of the show. So I'm so happy to have you. So Marlon, thank you again. I'm looking forward to having you. Are there any last words that you have for us for Broadway in the Gardens?
Let's have fun. Let's celebrate African culture. Let's spread out for the civic arts initiative, because generations depending on it.
Absolutely, no doubt. And this is our inaugural performance. We plan to bring it back year after year after year, and it will get bigger and better. I don't know if it's going to get, well, it will get better, but this year is going to be grand, I'll say that. But it's going to grow every single year. So that's all for me. This is Councilwoman Katrina Baskin. I look forward to seeing you all on Friday, February 21st at the Little House Performing Arts Center at the only HBCU in South Florida, Florida Memorial University. Thank you, Marlon. So happy to have you.
You're so very welcome.
All right, take care.
Yes.